I am over anti-aging.
What?
I know, shocker. Instead, I'm focusing on what really matters. It's skin that is strong, glowy, and healthy at any age. I know you're kind of surprised, are you?
Let's just turn off the camera.
Channel over. So today I'm sharing 3 pillars that changed my skin after 50. And who knows, they might change yours too. So for decades, skincare has been obsessed with the idea of anti-aging. And I get it. It can be really difficult to age, to see and feel ourselves changing. But I'm sorry, the train has left the station. I am headed straight for Wrinkle Town. And that's okay. It seems I've turned this weird corner, even since starting this channel. Instead of chasing youth, I'm chasing health. Instead of anti-aging, I'm aiming for longevity. And it's about working with my skin, not against my birthday. I do talk a lot on this channel about striving for youthful skin, but I feel the need to clarify here. I don't want to look like I'm 25 with a perfectly plump and wrinkle-free face. I mean, that would look ridiculous on a 54-year-old gal. But rather, I want my skin to have some of the characteristics that it had when I was in my 20s. To me, skin that's aging well, regardless of the number of years on a passport, has an even skin tone, some brightness, and it's hydrated and hopefully a little bit firm. Who cares if there are wrinkles? It's really all about the condition of the skin. Where my primary concern probably was wrinkles, I have new targets in my skin longevity game. There are 3 of them. These are my healthy skin pillars. Number 1, first up, is protection. This is all about defending my skin. So let's start with the outermost layer, the skin barrier, also called the stratum corneum. It's like a brick wall. So the bricks are our skin cells, and the mortar in between are the lipids. These are made up from ceramides, fatty acids, cholesterol, and other nutrients. So the wall is like a security system. It keeps the good stuff in, like hydration, and the bad stuff out, like pollutants, bacteria, and allergens. So when the barrier is strong, your skin is smooth, it's calm, it's glowing. And when it's weak, you get dryness, flaking, tightness, redness. I mean, it is the pits, and I'm well familiar with it. So how do we protect our barrier? The first thing is just be gentle. Skip the drying cleansers and the harsh scrubs. Now, unless you really love them and your skin can really tolerate it. It's also best to take it easy on exfoliants. The overuse of acids can really damage our barrier. Now, some of you may not like this, but it's best to avoid hot water. I'm really sorry to all those steamy shower lovers out there, but it's just not great for our barrier. And the key is to also moisturize with barrier builders. Think ceramides, squalane, cholesterol, and fatty acids. And always, always, always wear SPF. UV damage breaks down the lipids faster than just about anything else. So next in protection is inflammation control. Now, inflammation is a little bit different from a damaged barrier. A damaged barrier means that the wall itself is leaky or broken. It's physical, it's a structural thing. Now, inflammation, on the other hand, is your skin's immune response to something that it sees as a threat. It's internal, often invisible at first, and can be triggered by things like UV exposure, harsh skincare, allergens, over-cleansing. It can be stress, and it can even be gut or hormonal imbalances. This often presents as blotchiness, redness, stinging, rashes, pigmentation. It's the my skin is really mad at me sort of thing. In fact, I have this happening right now. There's this like blotchy redness right here. That's an allergic reaction to a new product that I introduced, occupational hazard. So I had to stop everything. I'm not using exfoliants, vitamin C, retinoids, none of it. All I'm using right now is a gentle cleanser. This is my favorite one by S. I'm using Kopari's ceramide cream and my beloved Bloom Effects Royal Tulip Nectar. They're all super gentle. They focus on reducing inflammation and protecting the barrier. So this is all I will use for weeks, just until everything is back to normal. Plus, it makes my skin routine a little bit faster. So the key thing is when this happens, take a break and let your skin heal. Oh, but I still wear an SPF, of course. And the last component of skin protection is the antioxidant. So environmental stressors like UV rays, pollution, even extreme weather or temperature changes can cause free radicals that damage your skin structure and lipids. The beauty about the antioxidant is that it neutralizes those radicals before they can cause the chaos. So I make sure that my skincare contains ingredients like vitamin C, which helps to brighten and it protects our collagen. Yay. Vitamin E nourishes our lipids. retinoids. Niacinamide reduces inflammation and strengthens the skin, whereas green tea, resveratrol, and CoQ10, they are all skin longevity rock stars. And for the best environmental defense, use these in the morning under your SPF. They work better together. My next pillar number 2, is hydration. This is such an underrated part of the skincare longevity game. I mean, people think it's all about anti-wrinkle creams or in-clinic procedures as we get older, but I think hydration is the simplest, most powerful way to keep skin healthy, resilient, and glowing, especially as we age. This is probably the pillar that I actually focus on the most. I am always chasing the hydration train. In fact, that should probably be my motto. I say it here all the time. So I think of hydration as my skin's life force. When my skin is well hydrated, the cells function better, repair processes speed up, fine lines look softer, even if they're not, and the barrier stays strong. You know that bouncy, juicy, dewy glow? That's hydration. Dehydrated skin, on the other hand, is just the pits. It's dull, it's crepey, it's tight. These are the characteristics of aging skin I hate the most. It saddens me more than anything. I mean, way more than wrinkles. To me, that dull, tight skin is the enemy. So for me, this is all about layering products. I always use humectants that pull water into the skin. I mean, you know the ones: hyaluronic acid, urea, panthenol, and my all-time favorite, glycerin. And then I lock it all in with emollients that also smooth and soften the surface of the skin. So I look for squalane, butters, plant oils, cholesterol, and even silicones. And in addition to using the right types of ingredients, I always layer hydration between my skincare steps. But for me, there are 2 hero product types that really make the hydration difference to my aging skin. It is the mist and the occlusive. Now, y'all know I have an involved routine. I am a skincare maximist. So one thing I do is mist between my layers. It's funny because essences and mists were never part of my routine until I hit my late 40s and 50s. My skin just needs more now. And that's why I'm always misting throughout the day as well. I love the immediate hydration boost I get. So I keep mists everywhere. I have one on my desk at work. That one is the Hydrating Accelerator by Josh Rosebrook. And the one here on my desk is by Mesama, which contains green rooibos extract, both of which are packed with antioxidants as well as skin soothers. And then I keep a little travel size in my bag, which is by Curel. So I have to ask, do you mist between layers too, or am I just totally extra? Just let me know in the comments below. I won't feel too bad. Because honestly, to me, hydration is everything, so I don't care if I look crazy. But then there's the occlusive. I think this has been the biggest surprise in my skincare journey. I developed a middle-aged love affair with slugging. Now, slugging is nothing more than ending your routine with an occlusive like Vaseline or Aquaphor or any other type of ointment. Think glazed donut face. Now, I know this isn't for everyone, particularly if you live in the desert or if you have oily skin. But for me, it was like a gift from the gods. So a little while after completing my evening skincare routine, I would apply a thin layer of ointment all over my face. I was really surprised to find the next morning that my skin wasn't tight or dry. It felt healthy and hydrated. Revelation. So I went from using Vaseline to Aquaphor to CeraVe to Prequel because each of them was more elegant than its predecessor. But one product really changed everything. And I bet some of you can guess what it is. It is the Royal Tulip Nectar by Bloom Effects. I mean, I've done a whole video on it, so I will put a link to that down below, but it is solidly in my skincare routine. So I use this every day, at least twice a day. And I've even decanted it into this little tiny pot and I carry it with me everywhere. My skin just doesn't have to be parched anymore. Yay. So we've protected the skin and we've hydrated the skin. Now it's time for the final pillar. Number 3 is rebuilding. This is helping the skin to renew itself through healthy, supported skin turnover. So one way our skin renews itself is by shedding old cells and bringing new ones to the surface. But like everything else, this slows down with age. So in our 20s, the turnover cycle is about a month, 28 days. But in your 50s and up, it can stretch to 45 to 60 days. So when cell turnover slows down, we start to see a dull, uneven texture, stubborn pigmentation, slower healing, and you can kind of get that flat look, that horrible flat look. So supporting gentle, ongoing renewal is key to longevity. Not to achieve the perfect skin, but to help keep it active, vibrant, and responsive. So the first thing is exfoliation. So I have found this becomes more critical as we age. So think of exfoliation as sort of clearing the path. We're not burning down the forest, so we have to be careful not to overdo it. Been there, done that. Now, there are loads of different options depending on your skin type. There are AHAs, BHAs, PHAs. There is something for everyone. My go-to for years has been the Self-Esteem Beauty Sleep Serum by Dermalect. Now, I've done a whole video about it. I'll link a video to my Exfoliation Dream Team combo if you want to check that out. I do this twice a week, and my skin has never been softer for it. While exfoliation clears the surface, real regeneration happens deeper down. That's where peptides, growth factors, and retinoids come in, working behind the scenes to build, repair, and revive aging skin. They are all involved in helping our skin act younger, but they work in different ways, at different layers, at different speeds, and at different strengths. Now, I'm definitely not a chemist or a doctor or qualified in any way, so this is just my understanding, which is probably wrong, but it's why I choose to add these into my own skincare routine. Let's start with peptides. They're like little messengers. They're short chains of amino acids that send instructions to skin cells telling them what to do. For example, make more collagen and elastin, or reduce inflammation, or strengthen the barrier. And there are many different types of peptides out there, and I think I love them all. So the peptide products that I use on a regular basis are the Allies of Skin Copper Tripeptide and Ectoin Advanced Repair Serum. I adore the Freeze Frame Peptide Ceramide Concentrate by Educated Mess, and I use the OS1 Face Topical Supplement by OneSkin. I use them all. Then there are growth factors. These are large proteins found naturally in the body which regulate cell-to-cell communications. They're like project managers for your skin. They don't just signal one thing, they organize multiple teams at once. They help mediate cell growth and regeneration, and they regulate healing. They're more complex and therefore more expensive because they need a targeted delivery system in order to actually penetrate the skin. So beware. I use the Allies of Skin Multi-Peptides and GF, which stands for Growth Factor Advanced Lifting Serum. And I also use the Calisym Professional Serum, specifically with my microneedling. And the last key rebuilder here is the mighty retinoid. Now, I'm sure she doesn't need an introduction. She's the vitamin A gold standard with decades of research to back up her effectiveness. So retinoids work at a cellular level, and they actually influence gene expression in the skin. So I've done a whole video on the different types of retinoids, which I will link in the description bar below if you want to check it out. They can be tricky on your skin, but I do believe there's something for everyone, even the sensitive skin. So the retinoid I'm using at the moment is by Zoe Skin Health. It's called the Retinol Skin Brightener at 0.5%. Now, it's not the product I meant to buy, but since I did, I am using it up. So one way of looking at this is peptides support your skin, growth factors manage repair, and retinoids hit the fast forward button on renewal. You don't have to use all three of these product types, but understanding how they work might help you to build a routine that's powerful but still kind to your skin. I, of course, use them all. Now, I feel the need to say a lot of the products that I choose to use are expensive, but I recently did a video of high-end versus budget skincare. So if you're looking for more affordable options, I'll put a link to that down below as well. So guys, that's it for today's video. What I consider to be the trifecta for healthy skin. I focus on three things: protection, hydration, and rebuilding. So yeah, I'm not chasing perfection. I'm not even chasing youth. I'm chasing healthy, resilient, glowing skin that works for me as I age, not against me. Now, don't get me wrong. I will celebrate if my skin gets a bit firmer or smoother along the way. I mean, who wouldn't? I would love to know, what's your version of skin longevity? Or are you focused on something else entirely? Tell us in the comments below. You know we read them all. And if you found this video helpful, please do give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. And as always, here's to healthy, happy skin. See you in the next one. Thumbs up. Do you have sunscreen on?
Yeah, it's rolling.
It's rolling, rolling, rolling.